welcome to part 5 of the Z1R restoration. And what did I get done? I think I got done the brakes. So, not much of the brakes, just the calipers. So, hold on to your seat and watch me rebuild the calipers. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the brakes. The master cylinders are out at a guy who rebuilds them. I guess I'll check and ask if he wants his name revealed. But the gauges, the 4 gauges, and the master cylinders are out with him to get rebuilt, and the calipers need to come apart and get rebuilt. So I need to get them apart by pushing the piston out of all of them. This one's a double piston, and I see rust in there, so this one's not going to be fun, I'm going to imagine. But this one I'm going to do next. Step 1, I got to take the brake pads out of it. And I think this little disc pops out of here. There it is. Okay. And so what we're after is that piston. We need to get it far enough out. Oh, okay, so here's the dust boot. It's just kind of laying there. I might be able to grab onto that and pull it out, but I'm going to try to pump it out with the master cylinder that I have here. The part that sucks about this is you end up wasting a lot of brake fluid because, you know, you're filling this thing with brake fluid and pouring it all out. Okay, so just like anything with brakes, I gotta bleed it. It seems to be pretty well bled. Let's see if the piston will move. Yeah, I can feel it moving. Okay, so this one might be pretty easy, hopefully. Oh, okay, there's a side view we can see here. This is a single piston caliper. On the front, there's 2 single piston calipers, and then on the back, there's a dual piston caliper. The dual one might be more of a pain in the ass. It should be about ready to pop. There it is. Okay. Yep. Alright. So, that was probably okay. I'll clean this up and see if it's still usable or if it's pitted. Might be usable. But is it worth reusing it if I'm spending so much money on it? I don't know. Probably not. Alright, I'll do that on the other one. So this thing is pretty rusty. I need to get this bleeder free. I put a little tiny bit of pressure on it, and it doesn't seem like it wants to turn. Try to shock it a little bit. And I really don't want to break it off and have to drill it out, because I'm not very good at drilling things out. Got the Benzomatic here. See if I can heat it up. Of course, I gotta watch how much I heat it up, because if I melt the seal inside the caliper, then I'm screwed on that. So. It's not looking good. You have to do this. You're probably screwed anyway. Maybe quarter, half turn. Oh, thought it was. Okay, all right. That's turned. See if I can get that little WD-40 to get in there. Now this back and forth, heat it up, WD-40, PB blaster, whatever. Doing this right here, I definitely learned this on the Master Milo channel. You should definitely go check that channel out. Dutch guy. Okay. I think it's gonna come out. Snap.
See if it's blocked or...
Okay, well, I ended up using a bleeder from one of the other calipers. Because the other one's all packed up with muck. So I want to put these wedges in here. And the trick on these is to try and get both calipers to come out in equal distance. So I can see right now, who knows how long this thing's been hanging around. So you can see one of the pistons is out a little bit and the other one is out just a touch. The other one's out a little bit more. So I think if I use these wedges, I can make them both pop out equally. So let's try to do that. So first thing I have to do is bleed it. I should be able to just use my finger over the hole. I feel a tiny little bit of pressure on my finger as I'm doing that. I suspect that the passages are clogged and there's air probably in here. Let's see, maybe I can bleed this. So that's stiffer. When I say stiffer, this is the grip on this master cylinder that I'm pumping on. Alright, so let's see. That's like a rock. It's like I'm pushing on a rock. So what I'm pushing on is almost definitely dried brake fluid, which is in there, clogging everything up. And opening the bleeder, does that make any difference? Nope. I'm gonna like snap this bolt off. I'm having to pull so hard on it. So I'm not sure what to do on this. There's enough of a lip there where I could probably get a screwdriver in. on this piston and pry on it. That's not going to be good for anything, I'm sure. I have another master cylinder, I have another rear caliper upstairs. I could go get that one and take a look at how it looks. I have two of them upstairs, actually. I think that's going to be my plan B, yeah. So otherwise, I gotta take this apart and then try to like get the pistons out of there, and then clean out the passages that are blocked. I think that's doable, but it's gonna take time and effort. So I think I'll go with go upstairs and I'll see what I have for other calipers. I haven't had any luck freeing up the pistons on this by trying to use an actual master cylinder. It just won't budge at all. I suspect that the brake fluid has become a powder. I've seen that before. It becomes this kind of powdery crap. Maybe there was no fluid and it's corroded. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot at. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to put it in my ultrasonic cleaner a bunch of times. I'll run it through its half-hour cycle 4 times or something, and we'll see if it will. If that will open the passages enough to where I can get it to work, or I can just move around the pistons. I grab the pistons and manipulate them so that they will come out. So I think that's basically the problem. You see this kind of like, it's like a dust kind of gunk. So this hole feeds fluid to this side, and here's the seal, and here's the little hole. See that there? So, yeah, that's pretty bad. I have another one, but I just hate to give up on it. This is not the original one to the bike. Okay, well, there we go. Hope that didn't get in there on the camera. Can you see the steam coming off it? I don't know if the camera's picking it up. So yeah, I took it out. Let these sit in there for like 12 hours. I ran it through 4 or 5 30-minute cycles. Took the paint off. Hopefully it has released these, but haven't seen any evidence yet. I think while they're hot, I think I will try to get the pistons out right now with a vice grip. I'm gonna fucking paint all over the place. I don't know much. Well, tried using the Dremel and to like maybe try to cut a section of it out, and then wailing on it with a chisel, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to come out of there. And even if I could get that one out, how am I going to get that one out? It's like they're just joined to the effing thing. This one looks a little bit less rusty. I did try putting the vice grips on it and see if I could get that to move at all. It doesn't. Well, I have two other ones upstairs, and I'll have to go, I think I'll have to go dig into those. Well, I went upstairs, and I have two like this, but this is the one that I need. I checked a bunch of pictures online. This is the one that the Z1R has. It has these little fins on it. So I have two of these. I have two of the wrong ones, and that's not going to do me any good. So I just found two more up in Canada and ordered those because I have the Z1R that I need one for, and I have a 78 that I need one for also. I assume that this splits apart, but it doesn't look like it does. Oh, okay. So these move. That would make sense. Floating caliper. Okay. So this body does not come apart then. Comes out here. And it's got these rubber covers to metal, and so this is supposed to float on here easily, and it's not easy. So that, I think that'll be fine if I just clean it up. I think that's it. I got the seal in there. See the seal? Crusty as that looks, it was still working. It's pliable, but there's rust below it and rust above it. Trying to get on these brakes. I tried to put air into the input where the pressure would go and see if it would come out on the bleeder, and I got nothing. So I took it apart. This little hole, as you can see, these two caliper pistons are connected via this duct. So there's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a seal that goes between them. So I got this is clear it out. I got air from here to here. Got a little hole there. Now I got to get it from here to here. Nothing. So nothing. So there's a blockage. It's probably a passageway that goes from here, I would think, straight over, but I'm not sure. Well, let me see if I can find something to try and snake down there. Smallest one. Nowhere. Okay, let's try without the bristles. Just something like this. Pipe welding tip cleaner. Okay, push through something. There's a bunch of gunk on there. This is like the crap I'm pulling out here. You know, it looks like earwax, but it's not earwax. It's I guess it's brake fluid that is kind of solidified over time. So I use this one, this welding tip cleaner. I don't even know if you can see it, and poked through, and I got down. It went way down. I'll just show you. Way down. See, I'm all the way in here. All the way where, I don't know, but that's more than it was going previously. Try this brush thingy. The brush thing is not on a hard wire, so it doesn't really have a lot of strength to push. Let's try this. I'm also putting some WD-40 in there. Why? I don't know, because that shit seems to like cure everything. Brake clean, was not having it. I tried to squirt it in there and it just squirt back in my face. Hopefully you can see. I'm trying to get better at like not blocking what I'm doing with my hands and elbows. Kind of, I guess that's a skill you get over time. Is enough. Okay, I'm going to try blowing this out again. There we go. Yep. Cool. Okay, so now that there's a passageway into the pit, I believe it's into the piston chamber, and and over to the other piston here. Now I should be able to use a master cylinder and fluid to push out the pistons. If they're not seized too bad, hopefully they will come out. So let me set that up. It feels like it's moving. The top one moved, I saw it. It's moved again. And again. Okay, the bottom one's not moving. Let me put a clamp on that. Okay, so I got a clamp in there, pretty sturdy clamp, and I pushed the other piston, this piston, the one that's free, all the way back into its bore. So, and fluid came back up into the master cylinder. That's all a good sign. There we go. It moved. I don't know. Did you see it? Okay, good. All right, so now they're both moving. All right, now I can take this out. Okay, I'm holding it back. Let's see if I don't want you to move. Come on, don't move. There it is, okay. Hopefully you can see. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe I have to take them out individually. Okay, the top one is out. Okay, so I took the top, the detachable part off, and this one's just sitting there. Pretty crappy. The thing that saves you on these is that really the only part that matters a lot is the seal. So as long as you can get the seal to seat properly, it should be okay. That's the piston. Shouldn't matter because I got new pistons, but that looks like it might be usable for maybe some other one. Gently. So there's a lip here that holds this dust cover. Dust cover goes over this little lip here before the piston starts. Put it on that lip, doesn't matter. There we go. Oh, whoops. Gee, who would have thought there was hydraulic fluid in it? Right, well, I gotta clean up this mess, but done. How's that look? Yummy. All right, well, at least it's apart, and now I can clean it up. See how the vapor blaster does with that. Okay, got my rear brake all cleaned up. Anyway, I gotta do that. Well, I think it's time to put these brake calipers back together. Two fronts and the rear, and so let's see what I got here. Brake Crafters out of England. Brakecrafters.com. These seem to be really nice, complete kits. Look how nice that presentation is. Front caliper, rear caliper because it's got two pistons, and brake shoes, and brake shoes. Okay. All right, I can leave those off for now. And all right, well, let's do one of the fronts first. All right, those little O-ring things, they go on the inside of these brackets. So let's see, I need two of each of these brackets. So these are the same one. This one's nicer.
Each.
Alright, so those go to the brackets. These four rubber dust covers go to the brackets. That's for the new line, input line. There's a new bleeder. You can save that for later. This you use to grease up the seal with. That's their little sticker. What else we got here? Okay, so that's the dust cap. So the dust cap fits over this part. Does it? It fits over something.
You can over this. Yeah, there it is.
Like that. Put a little grease on that. Yeah, so the inner part goes on that lip, and the outer part goes on this lip right here. So that goes on second. All right, so we're going to put the seal in. Okay. All right, well, right off the seal is too small, and piston is also too small. Where are the good parts? The old parts. It's the rear. I hope it's not too small. No, it's the right one. So what's the problem? Is the seal the wrong one? Look how close that is. That's got to be the right one. So what is the problem? I mean, the seal is just so much smaller. It's like it doesn't. It's not fully seated into the ring. So I don't see it having a chance in hell of seating. Right. Put it on the piston. Seal fits on the piston. Nothing's ever easy. Let's try coating this up.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can get the seal so it's like just touching all around. So if I put direct pressure on it with the piston will go through the seal instead of making it bind.
I'm gonna get this.
I mean, there it is. The piston's in the seal, and it doesn't work at all. So I've done something wrong. I gotta go figure it out. Okay, I had picked up the wrong one, so I'm doing 2 sets at once, which is not a good idea. This is the older style 77, early 78. This is the 79, 80, and ZR1. It has to do with where they mount. it's different, but I thought they were identical. I could have swore that I looked at the pistons, but they're not. So this one has a bigger bore. Let's see. That's the older style, has a bigger bore, and the newer one pretty tight. So that was the problem. But that means that I probably ordered the wrong kit for the other ones. Anyway, I put the seal in. And now I'm going to gently put this one in. Okay. All right. So there's that. The dust seal on there. Ugh. All right, well, that took 10 to 15 minutes to get that stupid seal on there. Ugh, it sucked. One of these things, I left myself a note. So this bracket, one of these extensions here is longer than the other, right? Front brake calipers. Brackets are non-swappable. Long bushing end faces the non-piston side. So I guess it would be like that. Is the piston all the way down? I guess the piston's all the way down. All right. The long bushing faces the non-piston side. We're going to go like this. Okay, like that. And then these have to go on top of here. Right.
Suck it on.
I don't remember having so much trouble with a brake dust boot than with this caliper. God, this is fucking ridiculous. Why is this so painful? What the fuck? Everything's fucking new. Go in. Yeah, I can see it. Dust boot is jammed again. Pulling on this as hard as I can. Finally got these bolts in. Barely. I can see this dust boot is like jammed. And I just put a hole through it with this poker. That was really brilliant. Does this move? Okay. This one looks jammed. I think that one's all right. Can you see it? It's the second one. See that one over there? Not that one, but that one in the back there. You see how the dust boot is folded over on itself? Well, what do I do? Take it apart again? Does this move freely? Seems to. Alright, let's take it apart again. Brand new. Look what I did to it. Ripped it in half. Okay. Alright, well, since I destroyed that one, I'll take one of the better looking ones, used ones. Clean it up. So I dicked up the paint with the bolt. All that work to paint things, just to have the paint come off. Dicked it up there, dicked it up around there. Why do I do this? It's so fucking aggravating. Why do I do this? I should collect stamps. Alright. Plus the bolt looks like shit because it's all fish-eyed. Alright, well, I'll have to put some touch-up paint on that. Next. Does it move now? Okay. Moves a lot easier, so at least that's better. Okay, so we'll put this and here's the other brake pad. Goes in there like that. And it is kept like this. Okay. One down. What did that take? It took like a freaking hour. Has a mark on it that I can feel with my finger. And it's brand fucking new. It costs some money. Gee, that's great. Yeah, this has marks on it. This is not new. Somebody fucked with this. God, this is so aggravating. Time for the rear caliper. I can't believe how frustrating that was to put one front caliper together. I thought that would take 10 minutes or something. Is this piston good? Looks good. I checked it. The part number is the same for the pistons, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. And the seal and the dust boot is also the same. So grab one of these. Is that the right dust boot? Doesn't look it. I don't know. I mean, the dust boot's supposed to go around this part, and it's way in here. Even if I stretch the hell out of it. Made in Japan. Is it the right one? Nah. That's got to be the right one. Piston fits correctly. Nice and tight. So this has got to be the right seal. Should I put the old dust seal on?
It's pliable. It's dirty. Why do I have multiple seals in here? These ones look the same.
It's like they gave me the wrong dust boot. Yeah, let me clean the old ones off. Well, with some finagling, I did get the new seal to fit on there. And, but you know, the old seal actually does look pretty good after I cleaned it up. But again, that's just the dust seal. So it doesn't have to fit ridiculously tight. Okay, so I got that. And there's the seal that goes between the two halves. Okay, so now I gotta do this side.
It's doing the same fucking thing.
It's like twisting right at the part that ends it. Oh, okay, there it is. Alright, that's seated now. Right, piston. There it is. Okay. And the fun part, getting this to go over there. Did it go on? I think it went on. Okay. I'm not going to ask any questions. It went on. Fine. A little goop on there. Okay. Where are the bolts? Let's go find the bolts. Okay. Looks good. Find a torque spec for these. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I wish I had gotten more done, but sometimes it goes a little slower. So thank you for watching part 5, the brake rebuild. So long.